The year was 521 BCE, and in the sprawling golden halls of Aramor, a city of untold wealth and power, 12-year-old Selene celebrated what would unknowingly be her final birthday as a child. The palace shimmered with sunlight reflecting off intricate mosaics, its marble floors polished to a mirror-like sheen. Her fingers jingled with silver bangles, and silken gowns from distant lands draped her small frame. Servants flitted about, ensuring every whim, every breath was attended to. From the outside, Selene's life seemed perfect, a tapestry of privilege, protection, and grandeur. But inside, her heart thudded with unease. She sat in the women's chambers, hands trembling, as her mother, Lady Irina, applied ceremonial makeup with the care of someone performing a sacred ritual. Dark kohl traced her eyes, making them seem larger, more mature, more visible to the unforgiving gaze of the palace. Rouge painted her lips deep crimson, and perfumed oils were massaged into her skin until she glimmered like a living statue. Every brush stroke, every touch was deliberate, transforming a child into something almost unrecognizable. "You understand what I am saying, Selene," her mother whispered, her voice low, almost a sigh carried between the walls. "Tonight, he will call for you. You will go to the chambers of the king. You will obey without question. You will show no fear, no resentment, no hesitation, only gratitude. Do you understand?" Selene nodded, though understanding hovered just beyond her grasp. She had watched older sisters vanish from these chambers, returning days later with eyes haunted, carrying fragments of innocence forever lost. The pattern had repeated so predictably that it felt like a mechanical rite. Each girl transformed, diminished, molded to serve a system she could barely comprehend. "But I am his daughter," Selene murmured. "Doesn't that mean protection? Doesn't that set boundaries even for him?" Lady Irina's hand paused, tracing a faint line along her daughter's cheek. "You are his daughter, yes, but in Aramor, royal blood means nothing against the will of the king. Not even love can protect you here." Selene swallowed hard, the words like stones in her throat. She had always been taught that the king, High Monarch Valerius, was divinely chosen, blessed by the sun god itself. His bloodline was said to hold the spark of gods, his desires sanctified by celestial decree. But the palace had taught her a cruel lesson early. Divinity in power often came with a cost no one survived untouched. Her mother's hands shook slightly as she adjusted the folds of Selene's gown. "Remember what I've taught you. Speak when you are spoken to. Move when you are commanded. Smile when it pleases him. Your body is his to command, but your mind, Selene, your mind must remain your own. That is your only weapon." Night descended like a velvet curtain, and the palace corridors became shadows themselves, twisting and stretching with the flicker of torchlight. Selene was summoned, her small feet silent against the marble floor. The doors of the king's chamber loomed ahead, carved with images of conquest and divine decree. Every step she took felt like stepping into another world, one where innocence was currency and obedience was survival. Inside, King Valerius lounged upon a throne of obsidian and gold, eyes sharp and calculating, measuring the girl before him as one might inspect a rare jewel. "Selene," he said, his voice smooth yet edged with the authority that could destroy a life. "You are growing older. Your mind, your body. Everything about you is mine to shape. You understand this, do you not?" "Yes, Your Majesty," Selene whispered, her voice barely more than wind. Valerius's gaze lingered, assessing, commanding, reminding her with silent menace that he could bend her reality at a moment's notice. Hours passed in ritualized precision, each gesture, each step choreographed to reinforce her position. Selene learned quickly that resistance was not merely futile. It invited consequences that extended far beyond herself, touching her mother, her sisters, and even the servants she had come to trust. When she returned to the women's quarters, the door closing softly behind her, Selene realized the truth that would follow her for years. Being royal did not protect you from monsters. Sometimes being precious only made you more visible, more valuable as a tool in a system that demanded sacrifice without question. In the weeks that followed, Selene developed strategies to survive. She learned to separate her mind from her body, watching herself like an actor in a play where she had no script and no audience other than those enforcing the rules. She memorized the king's preferences, how he liked the scent of oils, the color of fabric, the tilt of her chin. She rehearsed expressions of gratitude and interest, convincing herself that compliance could ease the cruelty she could not escape. Yet even as she endured, she nurtured a secret flame of defiance. While the palace sought to control her body, she quietly cultivated her mind. She read in hidden corners, memorized histories of kingdoms that had risen and fallen, and envisioned ways in which power could be challenged, not through direct confrontation, but through intelligence, strategy, and patience. Her spirit, though battered, remained unbroken. Years passed, and Selene grew into a young woman marked by experience that no child should ever endure. The palace had taken her innocence, manipulated her body, and tested her will, but it had not claimed her mind. And when the time came, she used the knowledge she had gathered to protect those who could not protect themselves. She became a shadow within the palace, quietly redirecting influence, protecting vulnerable girls, and subtly undermining the cruelty that had been her inheritance. Selene's story became a legend whispered among the walls of Aramor, not of rebellion through violence, but of survival through cunning, courage, and an unbreakable spirit. By the time the sun rose over Aramor, casting gold across its towers, Selene had transformed, not into a weapon of the king, but into a guardian of those who could not yet see their own strength. The palace still glimmed, still hid shadows behind every gilded door, but one girl had discovered a way to navigate its darkness without losing herself entirely.